care, and compassion. For more information, call 352-414-1566.
All right, 15 minutes before 12 o'clock. Nice looking Thursday. It's 86 degrees, and that's about as hot as she's going to get, according to Mr. Weatherman over here and Joe Martone. I think he will agree with him, don't you? There is a 65% chance it'll rain this afternoon, Joe. Just a 65% chance. Did you get caught in the rain yesterday, by chance?
Yeah, you really want to know what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
I was sitting there watching TV, relaxed, and I was almost asleep. I was so, you know how you sit there and your chin hits your chin, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom,
fireworks
boom,
woke you
boom,
up.
boom, crack, snapple, pop.
And it wasn't thunder.
Oh yes, it was thunder.
Oh, it was thunder. Oh, okay. I thought you were
It woke me
describing
right
fireworks.
up, and then it came down in buckets straight down. But the water was, I'll call it thin water, like a cascade of water rather than the big drops.
Really?
And it, it just came straight down. And the reason I know it was different kind of water droplets is because I didn't lose my satellite dish.
Oh, okay.
If the droplets are big and it's coming down, it'll shut off. It stops the signal.
Huh.
But this rain, I said, okay, I'm going to use.
So your fireworks were from God.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday.
Well, I drove home. I went to Sumter Landing, watched them dance, relaxed. Then on my way home, I come across this big field, and all the neighborhood had all the fireworks, all different areas. And as you know, in Florida, if you got a little hump, you can see for miles.
Yeah,
so I came up the hump nice and easy, and to the right, to the left, to the forward, to everything. It was all boom, 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 boom. And then far, far, far away, I can see top of the world going.
It would be good doing like reading children's books to children. That would be.
I think so.
I did that once.
That would be
when I was in
awesome.
the Navy. I used to go to the public library and every Saturday morning read books to the kids when I was in the Navy. And,
wonderful.
I was in Lemoore, California. When I was on base there, I used to do that as a volunteer.
So yesterday when you weren't here,
That's my soft side.
We were talking about the most charming little towns in each state. And since you weren't here, we didn't get
I know a charming town.
In
You
your,
do? In your state?
Which state? Connecticut or
Sure.
North Carolina?
Both.
Which
one you want to go to first? Connecticut, probably I'm more familiar with.
Well, everybody's got their own opinion, but I have this is from Reader's Digest, so I'm going to tell you
I
this.
like Reader's Digest.
The town that they picked.
Of where? What state?
From Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut.
The
Old
most
Saybrook, Mystic, Clinton.
Well, they say Woodbury. Do you know Woodbury?
I've heard of it. I don't know if I've been through there.
Oh, okay.
You have to tell me where it is.
But there's one. It's got Dottie's Diner, the Good News Cafe.
Okay. Well, there's a spot in Connecticut off Route 66, I think it is. You have to know it's there. There are no signs, nothing. But you're driving down the road, and it's a small little road that, you know how you're driving down the road and kind of like you look down and the road looks down, like there's what would you call it? A drop-off. There's a large drop-off, but you can't see the drop-off because there's a lot of trees. So you're just driving down the road and see all these trees along this, even with the road. But the road drops off. So you go past the trees, you take a right, and you drop off down, and then it makes like a horseshoe and comes around, and then comes out back on the same road you just got off on.
Right.
But when you drop down, there's a small little lake, a pond, a large pond. And there's all old-fashioned houses that were built around this pond, and they have a small little miniature paddle wheel, steam paddle wheel on. I mean, it's like, and the only time you go there you can is Christmas time. It looks like, those dishes that you see with the paintings on them for Christmas.
Oh,
Starts
yeah.
with an H, and I can't think of
Huh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can't think of their
the name
names.
the dishes that they paint all the dishes, and they're very famous dishes that they paint with Christmas scenes.
Wow, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah, it eludes
Gosh.
me at the time. But anyway, but it looks like a Christmas, and they have the old-fashioned 1920 gas lights along. I mean, it's like going back in time.
Wow.
But
And
these people
what's the
live
name of it?
there. Again, I don't have
you
the
don't
name
know.
of it.
Well, that
but it's
sounds
near
more
Durham,
charming than
Connecticut.
Woodbury. I was just looking at the pictures of Woodbury.
Maybe, I don't know. But it's near Durham, Connecticut. And
Woodbury is, located at the base of the Litchfield Hills and features mature trees and 18th and 19th century buildings. Do you know where Litchfield Hills is?
no. near Hartford on the way in there.
So
Anyway, but you go down there and it's like going back in time. And it's not open to the public, where you can drive the street and look at it.
the town is not open to the public?
No, the houses are not open to the public.
Oh, okay.
But at Christmas time, they decorate everything, and I don't know if you can go in the house, but you can, in other words, you can meander around it longer without the police coming.
Oh, next to Durham, Connecticut, then. It's the city around Durham, Connecticut.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But and I just stumbled on it, and every once in a while I would drive down there off season.
Oh,
just
gosh.
to see it, just to go down there, and it's like going back in time.
How charming.
So let me tell you real quickly what the more
I'm sorry, yeah, the other ones.
just the North Carolina one I want to tell you.
Back to North Carolina, okay.
Well, we didn't do that one yet, did we?
Oh, I thought you did. You didn't do Connecticut. You did Connecticut.
Connecticut was Woodbury.
Oh, that was it.
Right, I didn't get to
That's
North
one.
Carolina.
They give you one.
It's one per state, yes.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. There's
New
so many
Bern.
little towns along the coastline.
All right, North Carolina. Well, this is Reader's Digest. They picked New Bern as the most charming little town in North Carolina. Do you know New Bern?
I've heard of New Bern. I don't know if I've been. I've been to so many places I don't recall, but yeah, I probably have.
So they have the Tryon Palace right there.
Tryon
Palace.
Palace in Woodburn?
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking in Tryon, North Carolina, but I don't know.
You know, over in the Big Man shop, they have a Tryon room.
Yes, definitely.
So
letters.
All right. So this is the part of the show I wanted to include you in on.
Well, I appreciate that. Seeing I'm sitting here.
Naples. I mean, yesterday. I'm trying to graft yesterday's show to today's show. So yesterday we were talking about Reader's Digest picked for the most charming city in Florida, and they picked Naples.
Really?
Yeah.
I do that too. I get the lint out of it, but okay.
So we were trying to think, well, what can we do to make Ocala the most charming little town in Florida? And I think this was the consensus, I think, from us and the listeners, but I want your 2 cents.
Good morning.
I think we're heading in that direction. Well, what do you think we could do to make it a more charming town?
It depends on your definition of charming.
Well, you just described a wonderfully charming town, the way you described that little town.
But that is my taste.
Well, so that's what I'm looking for.
So you have, like everybody looks at a picture, everybody has their own opinion of a picture. I seen one, amazing. This guy, basic, and what it was a 4-foot square on a wall, canvas, painted white. That was the painting. I'm saying.
That's a big old tangent you just went on.
Yeah, well, we've seen those paintings.
I know.
I know,
I've
it's
seen-
like,
Art
are you
museum.
serious? That was on 60 Minutes on CBS. The guy looks up there and what is this? This is basic, or whatever they call it, basic. Can they get any basic than that? Unless maybe it'll be a black square or a green square or a yellow square, but it's just a square painted white. And I'm going, and you put that on the wall? Take it off the wall. Unless there's a hole behind it, you cover it the wall with a wall. You know.
And 60 Minutes covers the story. Wow.
Oh, it was in a whole.
This is in the Harn Museum. There was a painting.
It was an
just like
art.
that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
went to a whole art museum and it was hanging. He just made a point of standing there and saying, "What the." You know, what the fadouillas are you doing here? You know,
Big old tangent. So go back to the charming town of Ocala. I'll give you a couple of examples. We were thinking maybe more outdoor seating, maybe more events. Like we have like one parade. We don't have any more than one parade. We should
Right.
have more.
Good morning.
we don't have a 4th of July parade.
Right, that kind of
There's
thing.
a lot of little towns. I've been in a little town up in the state of Washington. I think it was Irma, Washington, if I'm not mistaken. And they had a charming little parade. And what they did is they had all the 4 or 5 counties bring their one fire truck in for the parade.
Oh,
All the counties
my.
Have one fire truck. So that all the fires, hopefully there wasn't a fire in that county because all the fire trucks are in the parade.
Right.
And then all the local people, the Cub Scouts and the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts and the boys, they would walk down to and then they would have all the old cars. All the guys that worked on their cars in their neighborhood, that was their thing. They came down. And then with the motorcycles, then of course, Washington State, all the horseback
activities.
riders.
It sounds like activities is one of your suggestions.
Right. And they all came down. But after the parade, then all these businesses, and remember, this is I'm talking a small little town, one post office box, one grocery store,
Wow, one post office
I mean,
box.
it's one post office, not post office box.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
I was going to say, that's a small town.
That's a small town. I am here.
That's for the mayor.
For the mayor, yeah. No, one post office, one grocery store, one gas. I mean, it's tiny. But all the businesses that were on the street would let them park in their parking lots with all the cars that were on display during the parade. One had all their motorcycles parked in front. And then they had in the baseball field, which was right on Main Street, it wasn't in the back anywhere, they had a baseball field. And next to the baseball field was a little park for the kids and everything to play in. And they took over the baseball field, the outside of the baseball field, with little carnival food trucks and little
Yes.
doodads that you could buy. That
Yes.
I bought a wind chime. Didn't need the damn wind chime. But it was a helmet of a motorcycle and a little wind chime. It's like 1.5 feet long. I looked at it and the guy says, "I want this much," and I said, "No, I'll give you this much."
And he said,
"Well,
okay.
no, how about that?" It was like
Oh, you haggled?
old-fashioned bickering.
Nice.
And
How
the
fun.
wife finally looked at him and said, "Sell it."
Ah.
Sell it. Come on, what are you going to do? Dust it off again?
Yeah.
So he gave it to me for the price I asked for, and it still hangs up in my garage. That's where I wanted it. It still
nice.
hangs there. But I'm just going back a few years. So it was hometown get together, kind of good kind of feeling. Everybody knew everybody basically, and they took me in like I had lived there forever, and it was like wow. And that's the warm and fuzzies that you need, and I guess that's what would make a charm.
I think so, yeah.
You
That
got to
sounds
have
right.
the warm and fuzzies. Not I'm better than you and I'm better. The hell with that. Let's all work and have a good time and hot dogs and hamburgers.
Well, let me talk about the food just for a second because you said hot dogs. Now we used to have Judy, the hot dog lady, downtown.
And what happened? They
Yeah.
kicked her out because
I think somebody in the government or whatever didn't like her there, but I think that did add to the charm because
Oh yeah, but
if I went over to Judy and got a hot dog, and so did you, and I never met you before, I might say, "Hey, how you doing?" Good. Oh,
But
what-
we didn't go into the highfalutin restaurant that's on the square because why? We couldn't afford it, maybe.
Exactly.
I'm not saying any names, but maybe we couldn't afford it, or we didn't want it at that time.
it's
We
just-
just wanted a hot dog.
Yeah, it's-
Well, that bothered them. It happened in Hendersonville, North Carolina. The same thing. This guy used to sell these little bagels. And he had a license and everything. They kicked him off. Why? Oh, he's taking away from money from me. No, that's called competition. I'm sorry. If you cannot stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
That's what happened to Judy.
You got a brick and mortar, and you've got a nice restaurant and everything. Well, not everybody always wants to sit in a restaurant. Somebody likes, New York City, for example. There's hot dog vendors all over the place.
But see, okay, then can I just stop there because Miami has this thing this morning.
This thing.
This thing about a trend of what do you call it again? Brunch.
Yes,
Okay.
brunch.
Brunch. I like brunch.
And
Brunch.
brunch is becoming a big trending
No,
thing.
brunch is what? Breakfast and lunch.
That's what I always thought it was.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But apparently the restaurants, it was like 72% increase in,
Yes,
in their take
in business, yeah.
just by
Intake.
putting brunch on the menu.
What a brunch is like
I don't know.
A pancake and a hamburger or whatever.
The number one thing was croissants. Number two was eggs Benedict. Which
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
Don't know.
And number three was smoothies.
Smoothies, yeah.
Smoothies are any time. Yeah, but
Yeah. So that was
Yeah,
the
so
brunch.
brunch.
I like a
Variety.
hot dog vendor. And
Me too.
I'm gonna,
Okay, but can I just say?
Go ahead.
Well, because they have brunch trucks.
Trucks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, food trucks that specialize in brunch.
See, now this wasn't food trucks. Now Miami's big, granted.
Right.
These are I call them food carts, where they pull it along with a golf cart, and it's a little silver thing in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Like in New York, the
Yeah.
little silver
I
ones.
remember them. Yeah.
Well,
They're not there though. I don't see them anymore.
Oh no.
Oh, I know what you mean. The bigger ones. Yes, those
They're
are there.
At the corners.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Those are there.
Well, when I was at Sumter Landing, here comes a guy with a little golf cart, and he parks on the square, and he sells some chips and this, and then he sells hot dogs.
Oh, nice.
And it was like, okay, you want a hot dog. You don't want to sit down. You don't want to take forever. You just want to eat a hot dog. Well, how long does it take to eat a hot dog? Minute and a half, 2?
Yeah.
Depending how hungry you are.
Exactly.
So you don't want to sit down and wait for something to be prepared. You just want a hot dog and a drink, and you're happy.
That's right.
And I
I'm
think
with
we
you.
need more of that.
I think that would help.
I think
Yeah,
I would love to see a guy go around and just get permission and sell hot dogs in the mall parking lot, for example, for a little while, and then go downtown in front of Walmart or go and just sell hot dogs around.
Yeah.
You know, and just move around, portable. There used to be a guy who used to front in front of a building supply shop. He used to do it all the time. All the time. Well, we appreciate you listening to AM Ocala Live with Larry and Robin. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. It might be a wrap for one phase of the president's Supreme Court nominee picking process, according to a source.
He has now sort of unofficially completed the interview process, though he still has the decision-making process and will likely take the next few hours and days ahead to make sure that he has got it straight who he wants.
Fox's John Roberts. The president's spoken to 6 candidates.
We're told that Judge Raymond Ketledge's stock is rising.